Well, King Charles has touched down in Canada for a brief 24-hour visit. He's there to officially open the country's parliament in his position as King of Canada.
But actions south of the border will make his ceremonial trip a real test for the monarch, occurring after US President Donald Trump's comments about annexing the nation and making it the 51st state of America. Royals commentator and journalist Angela Mollard joins us. Hi, Ange, nice to see you. This has been called a major challenge for Charles at this moment in history.
Yeah, this is really important act of soft diplomacy because, of course, he's reached out to Trump. He's got Trump coming over in September. As you mentioned, Trump wants to get hold of Canada. So him going in there and opening Parliament, he's going to have to tread a very fine line because he can't endorse the government. He can't endorse either side, you know, whether what Canada or what America wants. But there is an opportunity for him here because in Canada there's been waning interest in the royal family. This is them now recognising that having a monarch means that they have somebody on their side. So it'd be really interesting to see what his speech is like. And of course, he's following in the footsteps of his mother, the Queen. One of her very first acts when she became Queen was to open state parliament in Canada.
Yeah. Certainly, whatever he says won't be as plain speaking as Trump. You'll maybe have to read between the lines, but the message will be there. Speaking of America, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been accused of hypocrisy over a staffing restructure. What's the story?
Now, this is super interesting because they've clearly leaked this. They've chosen to restructure their brand. You know, they always followed what I would call the Montecito model, which would be haphazard, poor advice. Now they're following the monarchy model. So they've now got a head of communications. Her name is Meredith Kendall-Maines. She's a seasoned communications expert. And under her are 11 people who work respectively for Harry and Meghan. Now, they've chosen people in this team who have worked for Bill Gates, who've worked for Obama. So this is a highly strategic team. They've also got people in the UK. Now, why this is seen as is hypocrisy is because Harry criticised that model so widely. He's always had a go at the courtiers and the way that the palace works, but the palace is effective, and this is now being compared to Sir Clive Alderton, who runs Camilla and Charles's organisation, and even going as far back as Mark Boland, who was a key strategist who saw Camilla's entry after Diana's death into the world stage and about her being accepted. I don't think this will work because, as we know, they don't have good track record with staff, but good on them for trying.
Is it an American appointment or from the UK?
Both. So she's American, the head of it, Meredith.
So it'll still have an American S about it.
Oh, yeah, and they're all young.
Yeah, okay, got it. So it won't be quite Buckingham Palace, though, right? OK, meanwhile, Meghan's also copping some flack over this failed Vogue cover shoot, right?
This is so interesting. You would understand this, Kylie. She was trying to get the September 22...
maybe I'll understand it.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, Larry. Of course you'll understand it.
September issue of Vogue is quite prestigious.
Exactly. And Larry would have known that. I'm sure he's had a September issue himself. But she was angling for this in 2022 under Edward Enninful, the editor of Vogue. What she wanted was to have the cover of Vogue globally. So she asked for a Zoom call with Anna Wintour, who edits American Vogue. They already had people locked in. UK had a Linda Evangelista. America had Serena Williams. And when she didn't get what she wanted, she stomped her foot. But what she also wanted, and you guys would understand this because you've done work with the media, she wanted full picture, interview, headline, copy control, which no one gets. You don't give that to Beyonce, so you're not going to give it to Meghan Markle. Anyway, the whole thing fell over. Friendship with Edward Enninful fell apart, and she didn't get a Vogue cover.
OK.
And there was a cute little glimpse of her daughter yesterday.
I love this. It's a beautiful little video that shows her, and we're seeing so much more of this. For a couple that didn't want to show their children, here she is, little Lilibet, is going to visit the bees. Look at her outfit. How cute is that? And Harry or someone else must be filming that. Isn't that adorable? So you just have to hope she's not stung. She'll never go, look at it again, will she?
Turn her off for honey for life.
Now, meanwhile, Prince William and Princess Katherine have welcomed some new additions to that family.
Yeah, and you're thinking it's a baby, but it's not. It's 4 puppies. It's
four?
Their little dog, Orla, who they've had for 5 years, was given to... It was actually a puppy from Kate's brother, James Middleton's beautiful, beloved dog. And now the little Orla has had 4 puppies. Apparently the little royal kids are super excited about it. But I'm thinking they wouldn't have just let her out to, you know, breed with some mongrel in Kensington Gardens or out in Windsor, would they? This would be a specially shipped-in dog.
Custom shipped.
Custom shipped. There will be good breeding there.
And we love this last one. Queen Mary of Denmark's daughter. She's won praise from the internet for ringing a doorbell.
know.
Explain.
Well, she was captured in Copenhagen. Here she is. She's just walking up to the palace. Have a look at this.
That's her on the left?
That's her on the left. She's just wearing, casual clothes. She walks past that sentry. And then watch her. She just puts in a code into the door and walks into the palace. I love this because not only was this captured just by it's called Copenhagen Vogue, it's an Instagram site, but there's no security around her. This is the advantage of being a European royal. I promise that in the whole life of George, Charlotte and Louis, we will never see them do that at any palace anywhere in the UK.
Isn't the hairy hat guy supposed to open the door? That's what I'd insist on that.
She's got the code. She's a modern girl.
Right. Good stuff. Good rap, Ange. Thank you.
Thanks.
Lovely to see you.